This will be for the con assignment. Identify the population and sample. So the population is basically what you're selecting from. It's like the group of people from which you're getting your sample. Okay, and the sample would be what you actually select, or the people that you actually survey. It says a group of librarians is interested in a number of books and other media that patrons check out from their library. They examine the checkout records of 150 randomly selected adult patrons. So I like to get my answer before I look at the multiple choices. Okay, so they are selecting from the library patrons. Okay, so that's going to be your population, and the sample is the checkout records of 150 adult patrons of the library. Okay, so let's choose the best answer. I would read all of them. Okay, the population is all adult patrons of the library, and the sample is the 150 patrons selected. I think that's correct. Let's make sure. Population is all patrons. The sample is the adult patrons. No. Population is all patrons who check out at least one book. No, that's not what they said. Actually, answer C might be correct. The population is all patrons who check out at least one book. The sample is the 150 patrons selected. That's almost the same as A. Let me see. Number of books and other media that patrons check out. Okay. C says at least one book, but the write-up says number of books and other media. Okay, so you can't say at least one book. I'm going to go with A. So it says, the librarians did not sample from every patron or from only those who had checked out at least one book. They only selected adult patrons. A quality control engineer is curious about the thickness of paint on a car at her factory. She randomly selects 30 points on the car and measures the paint thickness at each of those points. All right, let's see. So she's selecting from, let me see. All right, I think she's selecting from points on the car. That would be the population, points on the car. And she randomly selects 30 points. So I think that would be the sample. All right, the 30 points on the car is the sample, and any point on the car in general where there's paint is going to be the population. Let's see. Population is every possible point? I don't think so. I think it has to be where there's paint. Population is every car at the factory. The sample is the one car? No. Population is every car. The sample is the 30 selected points? Maybe. Let me think. I don't think it could be A. Every possible point on the car wouldn't make sense because not every point on the car has paint. All right. I think it's C. The population is every car and the sample is the 30 selected points. Whoops. Let's see. Quality control didn't sample every car. She was only interested in this single car, so she measured 30 points. The population is every point on the car. Yeah, I don't like that answer. Okay, the tires don't have paint, so that was a confusing one. So I guess it's answer A. All right, the State Department of Transportation wants to know about out-of-state vehicles that pass over a toll bridge with several lanes. A camera installed over one lane of the bridge photographs the license plate of every 10th vehicle that passes through that lane. Okay, so the population is going to be the vehicles that pass over a toll bridge, but only for that one lane. All right. So it's the vehicles that pass over the toll bridge in that one lane, and the sample is going to be the license plate of every 10th vehicle that passes through that lane. All right, let's check it out. Population is all of the vehicles? No. The population is all the vehicles that pass through the lane with the camera. The sample is the group of every 10th vehicle. Yes, that's it. C is all out-of-state vehicles. No. Okay, the camera can't take photos of just the out-of-state vehicles. All right, so it's not C. All right, the owners of a sports stadium wanted to predict what additional refreshment options would sell. Well, they selected 80 seats at random and surveyed the occupants of those seats. Okay, so let's see. I think the population is, let me see. It sounds like they just selected from people that were seated at the sports stadium, and they selected 80 seat numbers at random and gave them a survey. Okay, they didn't say they selected from only the people that bought refreshments. So A, the population is all people who buy refreshments. I don't think it's A. Population is the occupants of the 80 selected seats. No. Population is the occupants of all seats. The sample is the occupants of the 80 selected seats. Yes, it's C. Okay? Because they didn't just select it from the people that bought refreshments. They just randomly selected people at the stadium.